Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about very interesting operator in SQL Server, and which is apply operator. Okay, so apply operators are the alternative for the different kind of joins. Yeah, so basically there are two kind of the apply operator we have in a SQL Server, and first one is a cross apply, second one is the outer apply. So when we try to write a join for the similar kind of data, we go for the inner join. So if we want to replace the inner join, so we can go with the cross apply. So basically this is an alternative for the inner join. So cross apply is alternative for inner join. Great. Next is outer apply. Outer apply is the alternative for the left outer join. Great. So I hope you have the idea now. So basically we are having a two kind of operator, and this operator are the apply operators, right? And these are the two kind of operator, cross apply and the outer apply. When we want to replace the inner join, we can use the cross apply. When we want to replace the left outer join, we can go for the outer apply. So you may have a question, why do we need to know it? Okay, to go in further detail, so before that I would like to show you the exact result, execution plan, so you people will get familiar to that one. So for the demonstration purpose, I have the two table called as the department. I'm going to insert some values in that. Okay, great. So let's take the script and start from the scratch. I'm creating a new database for the demonstration purpose. Create database, test apply. Let's run this. Empty database will be created. Once this database will be created, we'll go into this database. How we can go? Just use use. Okay, great. Now we are in the test apply database. You can see here. Now I'm going to create a two table for my demonstration purpose. The first table is the department table, and the second table which I'm going to create is the department table, right? So this is my first table, then this is my second table. So let's try to understand the structure for these two tables. So department table are having the two columns. First one is the department ID, and another one is a name which represent the name of a department. So department ID is having the primary key on that, right? So let's create it. Another table I'm going to create, which is the employee table, and this employee table are having the four column: the employee ID, which is a unique ID for the employee, first name, the first name of the employee, last name of the employee, and the department ID. If you carefully observe it, you will see here references, which is referencing to the department table, right? So which column? Department ID. So what does it mean? It means that this employee is referencing to the department table, so it is having the primary key and the foreign key relationship. Great. Now I'm going to insert the data in this two tables. So I'm going to insert the first department table data. So I'm inserting few departments. I did that. Next one is the insertion into the employee table. These are the script. I'm going to insert few value into this. So let's execute it. Okay, because we haven't created the employee table, let's create the employee table. Great. Now we have just created employee table, and we are going to insert the data in it. Okay, awesome. Now let's try to run the query separately. When I'm going to see the data for each table, I should write select star from employee for the employee table, and the select star from department for the department data. Okay, let's select these two queries and execute it. So I can see the data. So I am having 5 department. I am engineering, administration, sales, marketing, finance, and I'm having the employees 1 2 3 4, right? Orlando, Keith, Donald, and Janet. Great. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write a inner join first, and then I will show you how we can write the query with respect to the cross apply. Great. Diff So when I am going to write a query with the inner join, how could I write? So I could write like this. I will take first table, then alias for that table, it's e, inner join, then department table, which is giving alias md on e dot department id is equal to d dot department id. This is the query with respect to inner join. So let's execute it and see the data. So I can see here there are 4 records which are matching with the respect to department id. Great. Now let's try to replace this query with a cross apply, because as I said earlier, cross apply is alternative for the inner join, right? So let's try to write it. So how I can replace the inner join query with a cross apply? So you can write like this. You can directly take this two table, simply write here instead of inner join cross apply. But one important thing here, you don't need to use this on clause there, because we are not using a join here. So if you want to write something, you can go inside it and you need to write like this: select star. This is only the difference. I hope this is not a big difference. So we need to join with the department table. This is a syntax basically. If we are using a cross apply, we don't need to use the on clause basically there, because we are not using join. This is not a join. This is far beyond that. This is new concept. That's a cross apply. So here I am having a department, so write a d. Here you need to write query such a way that you need to replace on clause with a where clause. So here the department id, it should be compared with employee department id, right? So when I execute it, what will I get? I will get a 4 record. So I'm going to execute this two query parallelly and will show you what happened. So with the help of the inner join, I am getting the 4 record. With the help of the cross apply, I am getting the 4 record. So this is these two query are giving the same result. So this is proof that inner join can be replaced with the cross apply. Okay, now you may have a question that why could I use a cross apply if I already have an inner join, right? So basically the cross apply, the main intention of using the cross apply, or main intention why Microsoft has introduced the cross apply into the SQL Server, is basically with the help of for the writing the query with the help of the table valued function. Okay, I will give that demo after the demo of a outer apply. So I think I should show you the execution plan for this two. Let's start the execution plan and see how these two queries are performing. I hope you are pretty much clear about the cross apply. It's not rocket science. It's a simple thing that if we want to replace the inner join, and if we want to iterate the rows one by one, we can go with the cross apply. Let's go to the execution plan section and see. If you carefully observe here, execution plan, the batch percentage, here the first query, the first batch is taking a 50% and second batch is taking a 50%. Both this batch, there are two batches, right? So this every batch is taking a 50%, 50%. Great. Now if you all observe carefully the execution plan are exactly same. So for the cluster index scan on the employee table, for the primary key, it is taking 47%. Here if you'll see, here also it is taking a 47%. Then 53% for cluster index seek on the department table. Same is happening on the another batch also. So here also nested loop join, inner join happening. Here also inner join happening, and select is taking a 0%. So what does it mean? It means performance wise there is no impact for such queries. Great. Now let's try to understand the outer apply. Just try to understand, outer apply is just a replacement of what? It is just a replacement of the left outer join. What does it mean? It means that the query which can I write with the left outer join, the same query I can write with the help of the outer apply. Okay, great. Let's copy these two queries, and I'm going to show you how to write this query. Now instead of the left outer join, instead of the inner join, we'll use the left outer join here. So what it will give? It will give me all the record, all the employees data from the left side table, and it will also give me the data from the department which doesn't match the condition, right? So let's execute it. As every department is present with the department table, so we are not getting any null values, so it means it is giving all data. So what will we do? We will do one thing. We will go up and in employee table, so marketing. Okay, so what we need to do here, we need to change the code a little bit. Now we have changed the query, but the output will be same if we'll write the inner join here. It's giving 4 record, right? 1, 2, 3 and 4 employee records. Great. Now but if you will change this inner join to left outer join, what will happen? Let's try to understand. It is giving me totally 5 record, because this department table are having how many record? It is having the 5 records, right? 5 department. So when I use the left outer join, it will give me 5 record. It will give me all record from the department table, and also it will give me null values when the employee data doesn't present for that. So for this two department, employee data is not present, so I'm getting the 5 record here, 5 plus 6, right? Two department doesn't have the data, and 4 are having a matching data, and 4 department doesn't have, so we are getting this much data. Great. Now how can we replace the left outer join with the help of cross, with the help of outer apply? So just replace the cross with the outer, right? And we have replaced this table department, because we need all department employee, then the employee ID. Okay, let's run it. So when I run this query, I will get the exact data, right? So let's take these two query parallelly and execute it. So I can see 6 record, I can see 6 record, exactly the same data. So what does it mean? It means that the left outer join can be replaced with the outer apply. Now let's start the execution plan and see how these two queries are performing. So 50%, 50%. So if I'll go with the outer apply or the cross apply, or if I'll go with the inner join or the cross apply, or if I'll go with the left outer or the outer apply, I will get the same execution plan in both the cases, right? 50% batch, 50%. So this is one case. Now the biggest question we have, if we already have inner join, or if we already have left outer join, then why we need to learn about the outer apply or cross apply? Microsoft has introduced this two operator because of the requirement that we can create a table value function. So what table value function returns? So table value function takes a parameter, or that's optional basically, but let's assume if table value function is taking a parameter and it will give a result, so that result will be what? That result will be table. So when we are getting a result from a table, we should use that result in a join or join clause, right? And this should behave something like that. But we can't use the table value function with the help of the inner or the outer join. So let's try to understand it, right? I hope you understood first thing. So because table value doesn't support, so Microsoft introduced the outer apply and the cross apply. I will give a demo. So first of all, we'll create one table value function here. This is very simple table value function. I will explain now. I'm going to create one table valued function, so which doesn't accept any parameter, and what will it will give, it will give me the select star from employee, so it will give me the data of all the employee. Let's create it. Great, now we have just created the table value function. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a inner join here. So what I need to do, I need to use this function dbo dot, right? So my question is, will it work? Let's try and execute now. When I run this query, I will get the data, right? Because it will try to match this query. But now let's assume I want to return a data in a such a way that based on a parent ID. So I need to pass e dot department ID here, right? So this function should should give me return based on, should give me data based on this parameter. So what I will going to do, I'm going to add a parameter for this function here, and changing the code like this, altering the script. Simply I added parameter, nothing more, and added condition. Let's take this and let's run this first in individual query. Here I am passing the department ID equal to 1, so it will give me all the employee which belongs to the department 1. So I'm getting the one single record because this one is belongs to this employee. Great. Now what I'm going to do, I want to pass the e dot department ID to this function and want to get the data. Let's execute this. What I'm getting it now, I'm not getting any record here, right? So the multi-part identity department could not be. So why it is happening, man? It should not happen. I should get the right data. Okay, so I think you got the problem. So to fix this issue, what I need to do, I need to simply write the here cross apply, and when I execute this query, what will I get? So when I okay, so we are getting error, x department could not run. Okay, now this is the query. Basically what we have missed here, we use cross join, here we need to use cross apply. So when I execute this query, what will I get? I will get the exact result whatever I was getting with the help of the inner join. Now same query I can be replaced with the help of outer apply. So what I need to do, I only need to write a query like this. I need to pass the department ID as a parameter, and when I execute this query, I will get the exact result which I was getting with the help of the cross left outer join, basically, right? So let's try to pull the query and let's try to run and execute the query and see the execution plan. So let's try to see execution plan with the left outer join and the outer apply. When I execute these two queries, I am going to see execution plan. So I'm here also, I'm seeing the same execution plan, but sometimes you might see some different execution plan because here we are having a very less data. So when there will be lot of data, we might see some change in plan. Okay, I think you all have understood the concept of apply operator. So just to summarize, cross apply is just alternative for the inner join, and the outer apply is just alternative for the left outer join. Why this is used? We have used it to use in a table value function. When we use the table value function and we pass a parameter to the function, it should work as expected. So for there it will be very beneficial. So apply operator is very simple, but it is very important to know. Sometimes we need to write a code with the help of apply operator, because sometimes we need to join data, like for example aggregate numbers. We can simply pass the parameter and calculate there some some in function, and we can just take it out. So that will be very helpful for us. I hope you understood and like a video, and we will try to make a same kind of video in future. If you like, please don't forget to subscribe us, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.